Hello everyone, and it is Wednesday, it's 11:30. It is gonna be in the 50s in Omaha, so I'm really super excited about that. Give me a shout out in the comments and let me know that you're here. My name is Kim Boltzma, and I'm back this week with another episode of the Coffee Break Live, where we grab ourselves a cup of coffee and our favorite coffee, tea, or whatever, and whatever you're drinking at 11:30 in the morning on a Wednesday. And we're going to take a moment to take a look at the messy world of content development. And today, I'm going to continue my 4-part series about the direction you need to consider going with your content in 2018. Hey, Melissa. Awesome. Getting some people in here. I am really kind of excited about what I'm talking about today because I'm going to do something different with what I'm using. I'm using Ecamm, like if you guys remember, but so I'm like really kind of excited about it. So I'm hoping it works out all right. Okay, so if you like the stuff that you see here today on the coffee break, I would totally invite you guys to check out our free trial. I've got it up over there above my right shoulder. And if you go to acupofcontent.com/live trial, we have a 100% full access to our Content Marketing Education Academy, where we teach service-based business owners how to create their own content and how to create it so it's engaging and how they can use it to grow their business. So you simply got to go to acupofcontent.com/live trial and give it a shot. We've got some awesome stuff going on there. Next week, it's a great time to join because next week we're going to actually be doing we're going to do a 7-day challenge in the group. So it's definitely the perfect time for you guys to check it out right now. So again, we got some more people joining in. Go ahead and give us a comment a comment in the comments and let me know you're here, who's here. And we're going to start today, before we get into the main meat of today's show, with a little bit of breaking news in the world of LinkedIn. This is kind of cool. LinkedIn just rolled out some awesome new video thing. And I know, they're kind of late to the game a little bit, right? But hey, better late than never. So I know I got a couple people out there who are always interested in what's going on over in LinkedIn. So I ran a little test with it earlier today, and I want to take a look at it. So let me, this is my thing. I'm going to try this little deal here. I'm going to let it play. Okay, I'm going to test out this new video recording that is available now on LinkedIn. So you're looking at my phone here. So I'm going to click on the video icon, and I'm going to switch the camera around here so you can see me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record something on LinkedIn and share it over there about today's live show. So here we go. Let's give it a whirl here. Oh, does it sound weird? It's just okay. Hey guys, Kim Boltzma here with A Cup of Content, and I wanted to hop on this new video sharing thing that's going on LinkedIn here and let you guys know that I'm going to be doing my live show over on Facebook. If you go to facebook.com/acupofcontent, you'll be able to check out what we're doing today. And today we will be talking about the hero in our stories that we're sharing online. And we're going to be talking about this new awesome thing we can do with LinkedIn. So I hope I see you guys over there. Again, it's at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time over on facebook.com/acupofcontent. If you head over now, you'll see the pinned post where you can get a reminder for when we go live. And we'll see you guys there, okay? Bye. All right, so here we go. So we're here. I can play it. Hey guys, Kim Boltzma here with A Cup of Content, and I wanted to hop on this new, and there's no audio. So that is interesting, and I don't know if it's because it's plugged into my iMac or what's going on, but let's take a look at a couple of things here. So you can actually use, this is kind of funny, they have some little icons that you can use, and then it looks like you're able to actually write text on the screen. if I want to do that too. Let's see what that would look like. I think I can, let's hit enter. I'm not sure what goes on with, oh, I can change the look of it. I can have it boxed, I can have it not boxed and things like that. So it doesn't let me really get out of, there we go. I was able to click out of it. So I'm able to move that around. Can I delete that if I want to? I can. Looks a little wonky here. I'm going to see what I can do. A little concerned that there's no audio to it. So I'm going to hit play again. I'm going to kind of scrub through it, make sure that okay, so let's see. I'm going to actually try and save it. How about that? I'm going to actually share it. So let's see what happens. I'm going to hit share. Testing the new LinkedIn. Oops, let's get my writing right here. The new LinkedIn video. I'm not sure if the audio is working or not. So I'm going to do a post. And let's see what happens here after it uploads. Okay, now that the video has actually uploaded, I get a notification here that says that the video is ready to watch. So I'm going to click on it. It gives me a countdown in the lower right-hand corner, and the audio does indeed work. So you'll see I edited the post to reflect that. So, I mean, in all, this is pretty cool. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. All right. I'm going to switch back out of that. Okay, I figured out what was going on. I had both my audio here and my audio from the movie playing, and I think that's why it was so echoey. So, Melissa, thank you for telling me that. Now I know what to do. So, what'd you think? I mean, and actually I know the audio did work. It was because I used what's called ScreenFlow, and I can plug my phone into my computer and I can actually record the screen. So I can do that with you can do it with smartphones. I do it with my tablet. I can do it with all sorts of things. So things that you can plug in, you can actually use it as a recording device. So it's been really helpful for me with a cup of content. So, but yeah, so if you do head over to LinkedIn and find my profile, you'll be able to actually see it and you'll be able to hear what I'm saying. It was really kind of cool. So I'm going to let you guys put some comments in there. I'm curious as to how you could what do you guys think? If you could use that in your overall marketing strategy, shoot me some comments over there and let me know what you think. But while you're doing that, I'm going to cover a couple of quick logistics about LinkedIn video. First of all, the versatility of it. You can record both in landscape and portrait modes. And for those of you who are my non-photography lingo people, that means this is your landscape and this is your portrait. So that'd be horizontal and vertical. So yeah, and like Melissa said, it's not for everybody. So, but I do know a couple people who that might work for. So, okay, so so logistics. So first, it was pretty versatile. You can do both horizontal and vertical. The second thing is the time requirements. And the minimum record time you can do on LinkedIn video is 3 seconds, which who's going to do 3 seconds of video? I can't even put a thought together in 3 seconds sometimes. So anyway, so minimum 3 seconds, maximum 10 minutes. So you got kind of a window there, how long you can record for. The third thing that's kind of interesting is it's not live. So that's not live video. You can even upload previously recorded video. So that's kind of what's cool about that too. And especially for those of you who are a little trepid about getting into the world of live video, being able to pre-record and then maybe re-record if you felt like it wasn't, to your standards, you didn't like it. That'd be a great way to ease into doing more live videos, that you've got that opportunity. The fourth logistic I wanted to cover about it was what they refer to as those filters. They were those little stickers that were kind of in the bottom, and there were like 3 of them. But you can totally tell that LinkedIn is a Microsoft product just by the measly. I'm kidding. I can't knock Microsoft, but there's just 3 choices you have for the stickers. You can add text. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of felt like this was LinkedIn's way of trying to be like Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook stories. I had to giggle about it just a little bit, so I thought that was kind of funny. But so those are the logistics of the new LinkedIn video availability. And with all those logistics aside, just curious as to what you guys think. If that is a platform that you're on, how you could maybe use that in your overall content strategy plan. I can personally think of a couple of ways to use that. One of them, the fact that, again, it's not live video, so you do have the opportunity to re-record if you mess up. The second thing, it would be a great way to get your LinkedIn contacts involved in your other social media marketing endeavors, like I did with mine, where I recorded a little video about this live show that I'm going to be doing on Facebook and directing them with a link, facebook.com/acupofcontent, so they could get the reminder of when I'm going live. So that'd be another way you could utilize that LinkedIn video. And there are just a ton of options that you could do. I mean, you could do quick tips, things that really showcase like your knowledge base of your content field, and you're showing it more to a more professional network. So so there you go. So those are a couple of things that I think, for those of you who are just joining us, I'm seeing we've got some more people joining up. I just did a little preview of the new LinkedIn video platform. So be sure to, when we're done here, be sure to watch the beginning of this and get in on that so you can see the demonstration that I did for that. All right, so let's dig into today's topic. Remember, please, anytime, post some comments, ask questions, let me know what you're thinking throughout the show. Today, what I've got in kind of in the queue here is a continuation from last week where we were talking about rethinking content in 2018. And this is actually going to be kind of the second of my 4-part series I'm doing on new content thought for 2018. And I'm just getting ready to post a second blog post about it. I'm running into a few little hiccups with it. I recorded a little video, and for some reason the video is in like slow motion on Vimeo, but when I view it on my computer, it's totally normal. See, I have hiccups with technology too. So I got to work through that yet here before I can post it. But what we're going to be doing with that blog post, and kind of what I'm talking about today, is the idea of we're told in marketing that we are the hero, and like our business should be the hero in our customers' lives. And so last time we talked about disruptive content, like how we should be turning the focus away from us, like a business, and our story, and moving it more towards our customers and clients and their stories. Yes, Vanessa, I'm here. Yay. So how do we fit ourselves into our customers and client stories while we are still sharing our story? Because that's still really important for them to get to know us too. And how we're going to do that is by remembering that we are not the hero. I know we've been told all the time in content marketing that you are the hero in your clients and customer stories, and you're there to save the day. And while we can't like sit there and talk about how great we are online, because people aren't going to, they're not going to really react to that well. And I think that's what's happening with content marketing, is that we're getting like so full of ourselves that, and I really wish I could show this video. Let me try it, because it might, like, I'm going to be really sad if it doesn't work because it'll lose the effect. Wait, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put it onto my, here we go. So you'll be able to see it. And I'll make it bigger as soon as I got to go over here, and I got to change my desktop. You should be able to see my desktop now. Okay, here we go.
OMG, I am so the answer to all your problems, bruh.
See? You see what I'm saying? Okay, well, sad face all around. It's still showing up really weird. Oh, you guys can't see me. There we go. Yeah, I know. I was like, I got my little hat, my little running hat, and I put it on, and I did that. I was like, but if you think about it, it's really kind of pompous, right? Like, I am so going to be the person to solve all your problems, bruh. And it's true, though, but it's cheesy, and I don't know. But for real, we're not the hero. We kind of are, but we can't play that role in our marketing. We have to play the role of the guide. I know, isn't that funny? For some of you guys who are in A Cup of Content and saw me do it live, I wasn't feeling really creative until last night and today, so I actually recorded the video. So there you go. Okay, so we are the guide. So let's think about that for a minute. If we're the guide in our customers and client stories, we are now helping them achieve success in whatever it is that they're seeking, okay? So let's look at an example because this will help, I think. We're going to refer to one of my all-time favorite movies, which is Star Wars. Okay, so let's think about, and we're talking old Star Wars, like episode 4, Luke Skywalker Star Wars, okay? So Luke is our hero, right? He's the hero in that story. He gets called to an adventure, right? Kind of like your customers are called on their own adventures, which is typically called their life. So they, I look at my clients, for example, as they need to get their business out there. They need to get themselves out there. They need to get new customers and client acquisition. So that's their adventure, is how are they going to do that? Okay. So that's how you got to think. How are your fans or your customers and clients, what's their adventure, and what is the problem that they have while they're on their adventure? Okay. So back to Luke. Luke's called onto this adventure. He has this problem that he faces, and that problem is that he's always been told that he can't go and fight for the rebellion because he has to stay and help his family with the farm, his uncle. All right, so your customers, they have these problems too. And how do people overcome their problems? Huh? How do they do it? Put it in the comments. How do they overcome their problems? They find a solution, right? That's what you do. And that's where our businesses can come into play with it. So if you think about it, you then turn into your customer's guide, and you're offering them a solution. You're guiding them to reach their goal or to feel success or feel some sort of accomplishment. So that's what we have to think is how can I be a guide in my customers and clients' lives, in their story? And so who is Luke's guide? I mean, if you think of Star Wars episode 4, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And so he shows, right? Show, not tell. He shows Luke how he can be a Jedi. He doesn't talk about all of the features of being a Jedi. You get to wield this awesome sword, and you get power that you can levitate stuff, and, all this. You can make people think, the way that you want them to think. Oh, if only we could do that, right? All right, you need my services. But, okay, so we're offering our clients and customers a solution. And, thinking back to Luke again, Obi-Wan talks about the Force, which is something that is inside of Luke. And that's kind of, the Force M. So, but yeah, how are you going to create kind of that force inside of your clients and customers to make them see that you're guiding them, and that, they do have this power, but they need your help with it. Right? So we really shouldn't be focusing all of our marketing and content on our features, right? Because, okay, yeah, that's great. You get to wield a really awesome lightsaber and learn how to use it. You get to levitate things. You get to do all these great things as a Jedi, right? Okay, that's great, but what's the result, right? The result is overthrowing the bad guys, all right? At least in Luke's story anyway. So what we need to do as businesses is focus on the results that our clients and customers are going to see as the result of our services and our guidance. So how do we write that? All right. How do we write that? There's the $1 million question. So we have to recognize that our clients and customers have a problem that they encounter 3 different ways. Okay. First way is externally, second way internally, and third way philosophically. Now we're going to get a little English on all y'all here because my degree, I have to do this. But I think it's really important in story because that's a part of English. It's a story, right? So the external part, how much better will our dream clients' lives be after using our service, right? So that is ultimately what we have to think about. Like, how much better is Melissa going to be? How much better is her business life going to be after she learns what I have to offer and what I'm going to teach her? Internally, this is where our dream clients are really trying to solve an internal problem. How are they going to feel success? How are they going to feel accomplishment after using our services, right? Melissa's going to feel awesome because she is getting people signing up and doing things as a result of what she's learned, right? Okay, so that's the internal part. It's like that feeling. It's the empathy, the sympathy, the success that, the feeling of success. And that's what everybody really wants in life, right? We want to survive and we want to thrive. We don't want to fail. We want to be successful. And then the third thing, that philosophical thing, the philosophical implication or the deeper meaning of using our service in our customers' and clients' lives. So this is the thing that kind of answers that question, why? What's your why? We've been hearing that a lot. If you look at Simon Sinek, I really like him because he does a great job of explaining how to figure out what your why is. And so why does this matter? Why does your service matter to your clients and customers? How is that service going to create some sort of closure in their lives and in their stories? And the closure is success and the results. So to answer this, we have to use words like ought and should. And I'm going to show you an example here, okay? Or talk about an example, I guess. I'm going to use a cup of content as an example. So the problem that I've identified, so that's the first thing you got to do. You got to identify the problem. So let's put that over in the little comments. 1, identify your client's customer's problem. Okay. So that's in there. I'm going to make it into an overlay. There it is. So it's up there. Okay. We're going to talk about that one right now. So my clients and customers' problem is that they don't know where they need to go in order to learn what they need to learn in order to successfully market their business. Does that make sense? So that's a problem. I mean, the other problem is that there's like everybody out there who's telling them it's so simple. You can go from 0 to 100,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel in 3 months. That's total BS. I watched a guy at Social Marketing World who has like 1 million subscribers. He can't tell you how he got them because there's like no magic sauce. And people were asking him about it and he was like, well, I don't know. I just like all of a sudden they were there, so, okay. So it's easy. People make it seem like it's easy, but it's really not. Okay. You do have to put some work into it. So that's the problem. Now, what we have to do next is identify their external problem. And I always kind of talk about it in terms of what do they need? So my clients, they would say like, I need affordable help and I need to get it in one place because I'm tired of going to 50 different, this person knows this about blogging and this person knows this about SEO, but they don't know how they work together, right? Because they're giving conflicting information. So that's what I know about my clients and customers. That's what their problem is, their external problem, right? They got all this stuff out there. They don't know what to choose from. All right, so your third thing then is your internal problem, right? We have to identify what that is, internal problem. So what I think my clients and customers would say is that I'm confused about who is really giving me the best information out there. I need someone to trust, someone who has my best interests at heart. Okay, do you see how I did that? Like, Their external forces, the external problems that they're encountering, and then their real internal problem, like what I just need someone to trust and someone who's going to really truly help me and not screw me over. Okay, there you go. Then, fourth thing, the philosophical thing. I'll get that in here. Philosophical, okay? And make a little overlay. There we go. There we go. I think it's over there. Okay, so your philosophical problem. So with and remember I was saying you should talk about ought and should in terms of that. Like I ought, like my clients and customers would say I ought to be able to go to one place for all of my content marketing needs and education. I should be able to get this in one place. I should be able to do this on my own and have it not cost me $1 million. Okay, does that make sense so far? Give me the little hand emoji if you're with me yet. So this is what I kind of have a challenge for you guys to do is pick one of your services. Okay, pick one of the things that you offer. Think about that dream client that goes with that thing, right? Think about your dream client that goes with that service. And then think about what's their problem. What is the external problem that they encounter? What's the internal problem that they're having? And what's the philosophical problem that all three of those things are answered by by your service. So you want to identify your service's features. There's not a problem with making sure you tell them what they're going to get with it. They're going to get these features, but it's focusing on the benefits of those features that will help you to address that internal, external, and philosophical problems that your clients and customers have. You know, what are the benefits of the features? What are the results of the features that your clients will see as a result, right? That will encourage them to spend their money with you. Melissa's asking a question. Are these 4 things all separate problems? No, they're all kind of part of the same problem, like that's a great question, the same overlying problem. So my target demographic, their overlying problem is that they want to grow their business, but they don't have a lot of resources or time to devote to marketing, okay? So that's the overarching problem. I'm identifying the external, the internal, and the philosophical problems that they're having so that I can help myself market to them using benefits and results instead of the features of what I offer. Does that make sense? What? Okay, Vanessa, those are tigers. Rawr. But yeah, so does that make sense? I hope that makes a little bit more sense. It's like they've got, in each of your services is probably going to have a different problem, right? Like, I think, granted, a Cup of Content has one service. Let's look at Melissa, for example. Let's turn it on you guys. So Melissa is a lifestyle photographer, and the problem that her ideal clients have, and she's probably going to tell me I'm differently because I know she's been working on this. She needs to let this stew. It's okay. So Melissa's ideal clients they probably want to have images that are really more authentic than the traditional posed images because she's a lifestyle photographer, right? Okay. So I'm gonna go back to, I don't know where it went. Okay, I lost something here. Sorry, I was gonna try and overlay something else, but it disappeared on me. But so Melissa's their problem is that they want really good photography, but they don't want a traditional thing, and they're so externally, I'm looking at my notes here because this is something that's it is a little difficult, and I'm kind of swiping a little bit of a page of this out of this great book, Donald Miller's Building a Story Brand. Seriously, guys, it's probably one of the best books I've read lately. And I'm about halfway through it, but he does talk about it in here a little bit, probably better than what I do. This is the toughest part of understanding, I think, how to build your story is knowing that they don't just have this external problem that they need better pictures, but they also have these internal problems. Is like they're struggling with, like, you know, their kids are growing up really fast and they're not getting really great memorable pictures like they want to. You know, they want to have something to look at in 5 or 10 or 15 years, or when their kids are getting married, to put up on the slideshow that really captured the true essence of what their family was when they were younger. You know, does that make sense? So, you know, that'd be like their internal problem. Their philosophical problem is like, I ought to be able to get pictures like this. There's got to be somebody out there, right? I need. And the thought of family pictures stresses them out. Right. Yeah. So that's part of the stress too. It's like, oh man, we got to like all coordinate. We got to get our hair done. And, you know, my son is a jokester and he's always jacking around. He's not going to take a really good, but that might be the great part about what Melissa does, is she comes to you and captures that. Because, you know, why make your kids be someone they're not, right? I don't know. Melissa, but you know, I think that's really cool about what she does. So it's like, you know, that problem is they don't want to do a traditional family picture, but they want to have really good memories to share with their kids and share and just be able to look at on their wall and be like, oh my gosh, you know, I having a rough day, but I could turn and look at that photo and it's going to solve problems for me over and over and over again, you know. Having a bad day, look at this photo. You know what? Life doesn't quite suck so bad. This is a memory that I can always reflect on and remember the good times. So, but does that help a little bit? Like, and I'm trying to think, like, you know, with Playing with Fire, you guys are a nonprofit. We're gonna have to talk about this one. We're meeting this afternoon, but you know, like, you know, the problem, it might be that there isn't a lot of really big new names coming to town in terms of blues, and they want this, right? They want to see more live stuff, and so, you know, externally is like they just want to be able to experience it. Internally, you know, they don't know where to go to find it. The philosophical, I ought to be able to go somewhere in Omaha where I can see a really great concert and maybe not pay out the teeth for it, you know, and they've got this free concert, you know, exposing yourself to new music that's not been heard of or it's up and coming, and get a quality experience out of the deal with your friends outside hanging out in the middle of Midtown Crossing, like at Turner Park, you know. So you really gotta, and it's free. We gotta get the free thing in there, right? Yeah, so, and that's a big thing too, because, geez, Pink was just here, right? I heard tickets were $200 to $400 a piece, and which is great, but that's not in everybody's budget, right? And that's why Playing with Fire offers what they offer for free, and then they also take the donations that they get on top of that and give it to a worthwhile nonprofit cause in the Omaha area. So anyway, does that make sense? Like, you know, not only are you getting exposed to new music, but you are also helping a nonprofit. You're doing something for the good of the people of Omaha. So what's really cool about that, and I don't know if you noticed as I'm talking through this, I'm saying you, right? You, like I'm talking to your demographic, because that helps them to get more involved, not only in your story, but it also helps you as a business owner to get involved in their story. Does that make sense? So that's what I want. Okay, yeah, I know this is a tough one. Today is a tough one. It's like I'm being a little philosophical on y'all. But, you know, what's their problem? What are the features of what you offer that they would be interested in? But then spinning it onto what are the benefits of those features? What are the results that they're going to experience? And talking about them, you, using second person. And it's okay to do that, because that, it talks to people, right? it really talks to people. And I think, that's what's difficult about how a lot of people are doing their content marketing right now is they're not really including people in the conversation. They're talking at them instead of talking with them, right? And I think that, it's like that difference between do you hear or do you listen? And that is kind of what we have to do when we speak too, is we have to speak so that it looks like we're listening and we're not just talking. We're engaging in conversation with people. So there you go. That's what I got for you today. Okay. So give it a whirl. And if you haven't yet, you can head over to acupofcontent.com and sign up for my newsletter. And I will be sharing that newsletter. If not this afternoon, it'll be tomorrow morning. And it'll have links to that new blog post that explains this a little bit more in detail. So it'll help with that blog post too. And talk about next month's workshop, which is, let me tell you, I know it's going to be on a Monday in April. And it is, let me tell you real quick, but I'll tell you now, just so you can kind of get it on your radar. It's going to be April 16th at 1 o'clock, and it's going to be about writing a killer about page. And so I'm actually going to walk you guys through how to write your own killer about page. There's going to be full contact sport. We're making writing a full contact sport that day. So, all right, that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining in. And those of you, if you're not familiar with A Cup of Content, you can go to acupofcontent.com/live trial. And you can give our little membership a little whirl and see if it's right for you. You get full 100% access. We'd love to have you. Our Facebook group is hopping. We're constantly having a lot of action in there, and that's what makes me so happy. And thank you to Melissa, and thank you to all of you guys for tuning in today. And I will see you guys next week, same time, same channel. Talk to you later.